forgotten all the work that's been done since the garden? All the wonders we've witnessed and walked in and walking still today. There is a power to restore and hold all things together. Even now we declare and remember, we'll roll the stone away. We have the name to move our mountains. We have the name to calm our seas. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. It shakes the foundations, every lie, every stronghold of Satan is knocked down by the rock of the ages. There's power in his name. Oh, in his name. We have the name to move our mountains. We have the name to calm our seas. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. We have the name to fight our battles. We have the name to set us free. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. For deliverance from addiction, for awakening from depression, for fresh healing over sickness now, right now. For the faithless to start hoping, for those mourning to start dancing, for the lost to start returning now, right now. For deliverance from addiction, for awakening from depression, for fresh healing over sickness now, right now. For the faithless to start hoping, for those mourning to start dancing, for the lost to start returning now, right now. Jesus, your name will move our mountains. Jesus, your name will calm our seas. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. We have the name. Jesus, your name will fight our battles. Jesus, your name has set us free. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. We have the name. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. Whatever comes our way, we'll say we have the name. Have you forgotten all the work that's been done since the garden? All the wonders we've witnessed and walked in and walking still today.
Glad you're here. I'm meaning to talk to you for a while. You know, you've been on your phone all day. Interesting. You've been on the PlayStation, on the Xbox,
Tell him.
on the TikTok.
Oof. The devil's a lie.
It's time for Bible time with Jalen and Chris.
Yes.
Tonight we're going to be in Genesis 1 through Revelation 20, 24. 23. 23. Open up your Bibles. Let's start Genesis 1. In the beginning. Okay, obviously we were just kidding, but seriously, we want your interaction throughout this entire time. So what we need from you is to go ahead and just start commenting something. I don't know if you're watching this live, give me a fire emoji. Does everybody have a fire emoji in the recents? That should be recent. It should be easy. We want you to interact with us throughout this entire experience. Even if you're watching this back later, we still want your interaction because this is a conversation. We don't want it just to be you listening to us. You can go online, you can find a lot of one-way conversations. We want you replying to these. We'll be reading them as this goes along, so we want you conversating with us. Go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the comments, in the chat, wherever, just so that we know that you're following along with us. And so then I'm going to ask Chris a question, and while he's answering this question and I'm answering it, we want you to be answering it too. Later on, Jared's going to come on screen. He's going to ask some questions. We want you answering those as well. So my first question for you, Chris, here it is. What have you been spending the most time on that you know you're not going to get back and you kind of regret spending this much time on it?
Woo. That's easy. Playing video games. I haven't done that in a long time. Every day, I think since this all started, I've been playing Call of Duty Warzone all day and 2K. So you better add me. Come get this smoke. Come get these handles. What about you?
I would say a lot of really dumb YouTube documentaries. Just there's a lot of interesting stuff out there, and you'll end up in a rabbit hole, like my suggested, a rabbit trail. Or you'll end up in maybe you will end up in a rabbit hole because there's probably a documentary about rabbit holes somewhere on YouTube, and so. You'll probably end up on a rabbit trail somewhere. Thinking, man, how did I end up here watching this really stupid documentary about pythons in Florida? I don't know how this happened. I don't know what happened, what led me to get here, but here I am. So I've been watching a lot of documentaries that are going to add nothing but worry to my life, but whatever, it's too late now. So my second question for you is, what do you miss the most about normal routine? And you, what do you miss the most about your normal routine?
I feel like I miss, every Tuesday or Thursday morning, I would go to basically like a rec center and play basketball with a bunch of guys. So the fact that I can't do that, I feel like it throws my weeks off, it throws my day off, and it's something I just really miss doing. So like, I found a basketball hoop behind this warehouse, like a block from where I live. I'm literally going out there by myself, acting like I'm playing a full game, and just shooting and just getting some cardio in. So that's kind of been okay, but definitely playing basketball with everybody. How about you?
I would say I like to cook, but I also really like to eat out, specifically Mexican food. And so I haven't been able to go to restaurants like I normally would, or just all the normal services that I would normally pay for, like a haircut. I shaved my own head yesterday for the first time. I took a chunk out of my own hair.
Oh my
right
gosh.
here. Yeah, it looks terrible. You can't even see it. He's looking at the good side, and he just said, "Oh my gosh." That should tell you everything you
I went
need
to
to
my
know.
barber's house. I said, I'm done playing games here. So I went to his house a week and a half ago and got a cut.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. And so I am missing just the typical things that I would pay for that I can no longer get because everything's quarantined and shut down. And so I never realized how much I spent money on stuff until this. So I really miss just going out and spending money. I'm sick of saving money. Somebody give me something to spend it on. So yeah, other than that, we've just been chilling, hanging out. We miss seeing everybody. We miss having y'all around. But in the meantime, we're praying for you guys. We miss you guys, and we will see y'all at the end of this video.
Hey Jared, you're on.
Come here.
Well, hey guys, my name is Jared Shingleton. This week on YouTube, we saw our friend John Krasinski, formerly known as Jim Halpert, start a brand new show called Some Good News. And while we thought it was a good show, we thought we might as well totally rip him off with a brand new one. So Bridge students, we would like to say welcome to Midweek. This is a brand new edition of Some Good Gospel. Tonight, we're going to look at several examples of how people are experiencing some good gospel in the middle of a bad pandemic. But before we get to that, you may be here and you're wondering, what is the gospel? How is it good? And how does it apply to my life? If that's you, I would love for you to check out this video from the Bible Project. It's super cool, really informative, and should help you on your spiritual journey. Now, let's move on to our first guest tonight. Her name is Kelly Gamble. She's the Children's and Student Ministry Worship Coordinator for the Bridge. We're so excited for you to meet her. Kelly, how are you experiencing some good gospel in the middle of a bad pandemic?
Hey Jared, thank you so much for having me on the show. This is so fun. And what a great thing to celebrate. Man, what is some good gospel that I've experienced this week? Well, I think so. My husband Nathan, as a lot of you guys know, is a musician. We both are. And the music industry, I'm sure a lot of you have seen how it's been impacted by this pandemic that we're in. And it's been really hard for a lot of people, especially if you make your living by playing live shows, because those are all canceled right now. But it's been so cool to see how the music community has rallied and just supported each other in this time. Earlier this week we had an artist that Nathan plays for just randomly Venmo'd him and like wrote this really sweet note just encouraging us and saying how thankful she was for us. And that was so touching and just such a gift from God. Not only financially, but just honestly, spiritually and emotionally too, to just feel encouraged by her and loved by her in that way. And that's happened, I've seen that happen so much in this community. And people are like being the church to each other, even if they don't really have the means to. People are encouraging each other to just trust God. And it has been such a privilege to be part of this community in a time like this, because people are so loving and so just there for each other, and it's so cool. So that's been super encouraging to me to see the love of Jesus in that way.
Man, thanks so much for sharing, Kelly. That was some good gospel. Next, we're moving on to our friend Courtney George. Courtney's super special to the Bridge because not only is she a student ministry coach, she's also married to a location pastor. You know who he is. It's Charlie. Anyways, let's go on to Courtney and see if she's got some good gospel for us.
Hey, what's up, Jared? Thanks so much for having me on your show today. So, one way that I have seen the gospel in this season is actually just the other day, Charlie went to the grocery store to get a lot of needed things for our family. And when he gets to the register, they said that, you can only get 1 thing of milk, 2 things of bread, and just, all these items were limited. And Charlie was over the limit on some of those items that we actually really needed. And Charlie even tried to explain like, hey, I'm not trying to hoard. We just have a big family. We have 4 little kids. So we have a lot of mouths to feed. These are just things that we use in a week. And the cashier was just like, hey, I'm so sorry, but that's just the policies right now. I can't let you get more. And so Charlie was just like, okay, I understand. And started putting some of those items back. And then there was this sweet elderly couple in front of him. And the lady turned around and she was like, hey, you know what? I still have some bread at home. Take some of mine, and put a loaf of bread into Charlie's cart. And then there was a lady behind him and she said, hey, go ahead and take 1 of my gallons of milk because you need it more than me and I can come back and get more. And then even the other guy was like, hey, do you need anything else? Because I will gladly get it for you. And so it was just so great and such a good reminder of like God's love and provision and how he will still provide in this season. And we were just so blessed by that. And so I hope that you guys are encouraged. And again, Jared, thank you so much for having me. And I can't wait to see you guys face to face soon.
Man, thanks so much for sharing, Courtney. That really was some good gospel. Next, we're moving to our friend, Savannah. Savannah's really cool because she likes to stand on top of chairs and Christmas clothes and dance like there's just no tomorrow. Savannah, we want to pass it to you. Will you share with us some good gospel?
Hey Jared, thank you so much for having me on the show. My name's Savannah, and I know everything is kind of crazy right now, and everyone is just fearing the unknown, but something that God's been showing me lately that's super positive that I just wanted to share with you guys is He's wiped out all of my distractions, and I know that everybody is in quarantine right now and just sitting alone, and I encourage you to just look at what's been distracting you. And God's shown me all the excuses I was using to not wake up and be with him in the mornings and just read my Bible and pray to him. And what I've learned is that he's just so steadfast and he's so constant, and just being able to cast all of my fears and anxiety on him, knowing that he's never going to change and that he's always going to be there. So I just encourage you guys to start waking up in the morning and being in the Word. Just lay everything down at his feet when you start the day, and just know that even though it's crazy right now, that he's always going to be there for you, and he's always your constant rock. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, and y'all have a great rest of your day.
Man, thanks for sharing, Savannah. That certainly was some good gospel. Well, listen, we're about to transition into a digital small group. So we want to ask you to engage with us now and share some of your good news in this segment of Some Good Gospel. Take just a minute now and share in the chat below what you've seen God doing in your life that has made this quarantine just a little bit better. We're going to take about 2.5 minutes to do that right now.
I'm bleeding.
Are you really?
I'm bleeding.
You gotta have blood to bleed. Nobody thinks you're good.
Hold on. Where are you? Mark, do you have a Sharpie mark where you're...
Yeah. See you later. Thanks for coming.
That's good. You're on the right track.
He's in. Go.
What are you doing?
Stop this screaming.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
You gotta say something. Just talk right away. We have time to play games here. This is the one.
Thanks for tuning in to Midweek. I hope you guys, we were going to film this whole thing with us upside down, but it's not going to work. Chris almost killed me doing that. I'm done. We've been trying this for 20 minutes. We'll see you next week. We'll see you on Friday. Like and share this thing. I'm getting out of here before I die.